Okay guys, so after that scary occurrence from last night, I'm back. Okay, let's check over here. Wait, what's that? What is that? Oh, son of... The 2010s is a time period most famous in the horror genre for being the birth of indie horror. Or at least the point where it got very mainstream and popular. And I'd say the two things that really got it going were creepypastas and SCPs. Creepypastas being the important thing here.
I'm Jeff the Killer! Hey, you hungry home invader! Stop reading!
And for all of you little thumb babies in the audience who don't know what a creepypasta is, basically, it's a copy pasta, but it's creepy, it's scary stories that you share around the internet. A lot of the time revolving around some spooky monster who might come get you. I know a lot of people often just think of me as the FNAF collector, which, you know. But I probably wouldn't have taken a strong interest in anything horror-related if it weren't for one thing. This really, really tall guy in a suit and tie with no face and tentacles coming out of his back who hangs around in forests. Much like the forest that I am camping in right at this very moment. Slenderman is among the most famous creepypastas, and for good reason. The reason in question being that I like him. Look, here's a picture I drew. The original creepypasta for Slenderman goes something like this.
One of two recovered photographs from the Sterling City Library blaze, notable for being taken the day which 14 children vanished and for what is referred to as the Slender Man. Deformity cited as film defects by officials. Fire at library occurred 1 week later. Actual photograph confiscated as evidence. 1986. Photographer, Mary Thomas. Missing since June 13th, 1986.
Well, that wasn't scary at all. Okay, so in like a cartoon context, I'm about to get replaced by a scary monster, but in a video context, I wanna set the mood right. Alright, so this video isn't necessarily about the Slenderman mythos as a whole. There's some rather large things to the Slenderman mythos and history that I won't be talking about in this video, one of which is the stabbings, which I feel like is just disrespectful. I am not the type of person who can properly cover a topic like that. And I will also not be covering the Slenderman movie from 2018, because that movie makes me so angry, I can make a whole video on it, and I don't really want to, though. Abysmal piece of dog shit. Alright, let's see here. Scary, chilling, and thrilling. Yeah, I'm sure. Includes behind the scenes with the cast. I'm sure they were happy to be here. I'm sure Slenderman was happy to be here too. Okay. Free movies, yay! I want to redeem their digital copy of Slenderman. I plan on talking about things that I actually like and want to talk about. I'm currently 16 years old, so you can probably do the math and figure out that I was pretty young in 2012 through 2014. And my favorite thing back then that my parents would only reluctantly let me do was watch YouTube, particularly Markiplier. When I was little, I was too scared to experience any actual horror media directly, which makes sense, I was like 6. But I remember my sister had showed me this funny guy who screams really loud when he sees the scary thing in the horror game, and horror games suddenly became a comforting thing to me rather than a scary thing. The scares weren't so bad when I had a funny guy in the corner. And that exact thing was what got me super invested in the indie horror scene back then. Any horror game Markiplier played, I was probably gonna watch it. And 3 that particularly struck a chord with me were Slender the 8 Pages, Slender the Arrival more so, and Five Nights at Freddy's. And you already know how Five Nights at Freddy's went, but what about the other 2 games that captivated me? What was so intriguing to me about the Slender Man as a kid? While most kids were scared of him, I was endeared by him. Probably an early sign of autism that I saw this scary forest demon and interpreted him as a lonely little guy who I was really interested in. He was mysterious, no one knew his true backstory, and naturally as a naive child, I thought he was real. And as somebody who grew up in very foresty, out in the country type areas, the Slender the Arrival game looked a lot like the place where I actually lived, so naturally, I thought Slenderman was near me. How was my stupid kid brain supposed to know I wasn't the only person who lived in a forest with dirt paths? And that was the birth of what I'd consider to be my first hyperfixation. I don't know, that and Spider-Man. Particularly Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, if you were wondering. Oh, and FNAF, and that too. And Mario, and Sonic. Man, I was really stacking these up, wasn't I? That's besides the point. Slenderman was one of the first things I ever became obsessed with. And I want to revisit all those nostalgic memories and really just get into what is a Slenderman? What made him special at the time? How did he make his way to become so well known? And why won't I be talking about the movie? Oh boy, I love sitting on this empty pool table. Ooh, Turtle's been out for a while. I wonder where they are. I'm sure they're doing fine. Oh man, these are the thoughts that are happening in my head, and man, I'm really not doing fine right now. I'm lost in the forest. Oh man, that's a tall tree. Kinda reminds me of the Slender Man game. Wait, what's the sign? Wait, is that a paper towel on that tree? Oh, it says they will kill you. I love that YouTube channel.
Number 8. Maggots inside Big Mac.
Man, I hope there's no scary Slenderman watching me.
I'm Slenderman!
Oh no, Slenderman's right there! I gotta go! Ah! Man, I'm sure Turtle... A very integral part of this character's existence is Slenderman sightings. So to really get into the mood, I decided to make my own Slenderman sighting, and I took a picture of the woods, and I just kind of this shed, and I just kind of like drew over it, and yeah, I think this is pretty good for my first time digitally painting. I think it's alright. Okay, Light is technically not my first time, but it's my first time. But that's besides the point. Slenderman wouldn't be Slenderman without the potential belief that he is real. Half the fear factor is supposed to come from the idea that, ooh, what if the Slenderman is out there and he's coming for you next? And all these obviously fake sightings of him were very, very intriguing to me as a little kid. 'Cause, you know, they all are obviously fake, but what if one of them isn't, and we just never know?
The people on this list say they thought he was just a myth until they saw him up close.
Oh my god!
I thought he was just a myth.
I always thought...
Movie Titanic one day, when his brother noticed someone in the background who looked completely out of place.
Wait!
Just wasn't sure if
What,
his
he's in the
brother was just
Titanic?
messing with him.
He's in the Titanic.
Turns out
He's
No
the
fucking
Slenderman in
shot.
the Titanic. How'd he get there? Wait. How did he get there? I personally think the Titanic one is the real one, because, let's be honest, the Titanic is an old movie. You know who else is old? Slender Man. So, please, prove me wrong. I want to tell a story that's very near and dear to my heart relating to Slender Man. In around 2013 to 2014, I don't quite remember when. As I said earlier, I was very into Slender Man, and a big part of that was my belief that he lived near me. I already touched on this because of Slender the Arrival and all that, but it went a step beyond that. Every time my dad would pick me up, we'd drive on our way home and we'd pass by this abandoned house. Very creepy abandoned house. The windows were like charred looking, it had a big tree caving into the roof. It was in rough shape, and I had always theorized about what the house was. Because as a little kid, you don't think, oh, well, obviously the house just burned and nobody was there to repair it. I was thinking, I wonder what ghost lives in there. So putting together 2 and 2 that Slenderman lives near me and that there's an abandoned house right here, clearly Slenderman lives here. And I asked my dad if Slenderman lived there, and he said yes. Every time we drove by there, I would wave to Slenderman because obviously I would. But then a few years ago, the house just kind of vanished. We never saw any crew there taking it down. We never saw any real signs that anybody was there to tear it down. There was never any debris where the house used to be. It literally just vanished. There's the walkway leading up to the house and then a big plot of grass. And I've looked online about the address and everything, I've tried to find out what happened to it, and there's no evidence to suggest literally anything, so you know what, maybe this house was haunted. I don't know if it was Slenderman, but that's pretty freaking weird. Now, I'm obviously not going to share the address and dox myself here. And all of the pictures you've seen while I was telling this story were not actual pictures of the area. But this is a weird, spooky occurrence that really solidifies my connection to this character, so I felt like it was very important to share here. Another cool story I have is, when I was little, I had a literal fever dream, and everything was a yellow tint, it looked like I had jaundice.
I'm in a lot of trouble. I've got to cut my hands off. Really?
But basically, I walk around my house and nobody's home, so I'm very confused, right? Because I'm a little kid, somebody should be home with me. But then I look out my windows and there's all the Call of Duty zombies outside, and then I running around, I'm panicking, and the zombies start breaking through my front door, and then I run to the backyard, and then Slenderman is in the backyard, and then I just got really scared and I woke up. So I think it's a pretty good idea of where I was mentally while I was thinking about Slenderman. Although I can't quite tell you if I was actually scared of him or not, though, because, that's kind of the only instance of me, quivering in fear over Slenderman, but I think I was more scared about the zombies. Because I'll tell you, when I was little, the zombie apocalypse was the scariest idea ever to me, and it still kind of is. I think another reason for my fascination for Slenderman was probably due to his similarity in appearance to Jack Skellington, who was my favorite character ever. And I think it's about time we could take a break from all the childhood experiences, and let's take a look back at Slender the 8 Pages now, which, funnily enough, is probably one of the most influential horror games ever released. Slender the 8 Pages is a dead simple game. You spawn in the middle of a forest with no context, and you have to go find 8 pages while not getting killed by Slenderman. It's very, very simple. And back in the early 2010s, these arcadey style horror games where there was just kind of one goal were the most popular kind. They were quick bite-sized horror games that were perfect for Let's Plays, and were also extremely simple and easy to understand for literally anybody. And it was extremely fun to watch people play them and take turns. And I'd say Slender the 8 Pages pretty much started this, that and Scary Maze game, but that game is actually crummy. And this popular style of game is obviously where FNAF got its success from, but FNAF is much more of a complete game than any of these. But I still believe it comes from generally the same idea of a game with a very simple gameplay loop that basically anyone can understand. That was the funniest thing to force your friends to play when you were younger.
Hey!
And what do I think about Slender the 8 Pages? Well, I'm kind of mixed. The game obviously doesn't look very good, but I don't think that's the intention. It has an effectively spooky environment, and that's what it needs to do. The sound design is pretty good, albeit very, very basic. And obviously the star of the show for this game is Slenderman himself's AI, and I think Slenderman in this game is obviously the best part. I think a key contributor to this game's success is just how unpredictable Slenderman's AI is. There's not really a good, easy way to learn how he works, which is definitely the key fear factor when it comes to actually playing this game. He's not just your generic chaser enemy, nor is he really a weeping angel type enemy either. He seems to just randomly teleport around the map, and then when he's near you, you cannot look at him and you have to try to walk away, because looking at him long enough will result in a death. Sometimes when you try to walk away from him, he does appear to follow you, which is very, very scary when it happens. But then other times he just kinda leaves you alone. Sometimes he spawns right next to you, sometimes he spawns in the distance stalking you. There's a very unpredictable nature to his AI that makes him really feel like a monster stalking you rather than just a generic video game enemy. Which is absolutely why this game was so terrifying when people initially played it. And I think as a fun little horror game, this game still holds up. It's obviously extremely simple, but I think what it does is pretty timeless. You could probably have just as much fun taking turns trying to beat this game nowadays as you could back in 2012. And another really cool thing this game does is on its title screen it actually provides links to a ton of different pieces of Slenderman media besides the game. Which is just kind of there to remind you that Slenderman is a collaborative idea. He's not really one man's creation. Slenderman is hundreds upon hundreds of people adding on to this urban legend. And now here's a quick montage of clips from me playing Slender the 8 Pages for the first time in probably a decade.
I wonder if that person's still kicking.
Ah!
Oh no.
This looks really good. This is a good graphics game.
Are you being like sarcastic?
This is a good graphics game.
There was a Slenderman mobile game that I had where you like lost your kid or some shit and you had to go find them in like a temple. And when you walk in, yeah, I think it was like some sort of temple or castle. And when you walk through one of the corridors, a skull falls from the ceiling. And I got so scared that I deleted the app. I didn't even see Slenderman the whole time.
You didn't get to Slenderman's castle, what the hell?
The first of its kind.
Wait, what was that?
Oh, you're done. That was Slenderman. That was Slenderman telling you something. Did you hear him?
I didn't even
Did you hear what he had to say?
Select my pages.
And then put up that one Slenderman account. I keep saying that and gets like a bajillion likes.
So I feel like it's such a big Mandela effect that this game used to have like the recording thing in the corner.
The recording thing in the corner?
Like the red dot with the REC.
Oh, yeah, okay. It makes it feel like so like...
Holy shit, something!
Oh, piss.
I found something. Fuck!
I get playing over this, it'd be really scary.
You're right. Fuck! Actually, you know what? Just kill me. Just kill me, bro. Where are you? 1v1 me. 1v1 me, little man. 1v1 me, little man. 1v1. I heard some weird banging on my window. I wonder what that is.
Hey, I'm Slender Man.
Whoa, Slender Man! What are you doing here? What are you gonna do? You gonna hurt me? I mean, I'm not gonna open the window for you.
I'm Slender Man.
You know, great argument. Come on in.
Hey, I'm Slender Man.
So, Slender Man, why'd you want to come into my house? What you doing here?
Hey, I'm Slender Man.
Whoa, finally found my way back inside. Alright, Slinky, where are you? You didn't actually come look for me. That was kind of rude of you. Alright, let's see. What's going on in here? Why didn't you look? Oh my gosh! Slender Man! What do you want from me? You can't actually hear me because these are all these thoughts are in my head, but like, what does he want from me? I don't know.
Hey, I'm Slender Man.
Slender Man's gonna kill me and I'm gonna die! I need to get out of here! Oh no! So there's all these YouTube series linked in Slender the 8 Pages, right? I tried to watch most of them, but I'm gonna be honest, I never really watched many of these when I was younger because I had the attention span of a goldfish. I know enough about Marble Hornets, I've seen most of it, like yeah, everybody's seen Marble Hornets, that's the popular one. I tried watching Everyman Hybrid, and I'm gonna be honest, it was like, I don't even know what happened in it, it was a little boring. This series sucks. There's no Slenderman. Wait, there he is! There he is! There he is! Hey, there he is! Slenderman! Slenderman! Wait, that was really funny looking. The true leader of Slenderman horror has to be Butchie Kid videos. I mean, okay, you might not recognize them, but let me jog your memory real quick. Hey, you hungry home invader! Stop braiding that refrigerator! That guy, it's him! Although, to be honest, it kind of peaks in the first episode because it kind of just, it doesn't get funnier. It doesn't get funnier. It just keep putting in, like, they have, like, Slenderman's wife, and there's, like, a ton of, like, there's kind of, like, sex jokes and stuff. It's like, I didn't sign up for that.
Moly! It's that scumbag Slender Man again! Yo, slob!
He also does these Bigfoot videos, like a lot of Bigfoot videos, like, he genuinely has hundreds of videos about Bigfoot sightings. And I'll be honest, this channel is really, really weird, but in, like, an endearing way. Like, The fact that he's still semi-active is insane to me. This guy's been at it for 17 years. Like, pretty soon Minecraft YouTubers aren't going to be interested in this channel. And you know, I think these other videos he's uploaded are pretty good sometimes.
I don't know who's responsible for this, but somebody keeps knocking on my back door. Son of a maggot laying fat.
But you know, back to Slender Man, the whole lore of this series seems to just be that this guy's just trying to live a peaceful life, but Slender Man and his wife keep breaking into his house and disturbing him and eating his food. And I will mention, his house is like comically small, it's like 2 rooms. And the result of the videos usually is him scolding Slender Man for whatever he's doing, and then Slender Man leaves his house, but, you know, I don't know why the mysterious protagonist of these videos can just, like, look at Slender Man and not get killed by him. You know, you gotta be pretty brave to stand up to Slender Man like that.
Whoa, wipeout! Wow, that workout almost knocked him out. Good, that's what you get for pigging out. Yeah, same to you.
So, Slender the Arrival. Do people like this game? I think so. I can't really tell, though. I think that game critics don't really like this game, but actual, like, horror game players and casual audience members really like this game, so I'm gonna go with the idea that this game is pretty well received. And I did play with this game for this video. I know I talked about it a lot earlier and how Slender the Arrival is very integral, but I have never actually beaten it, and I also didn't beat it for this video. I don't got time for that. Okay, I have time for that, but you... Oh, now I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't really following the plot of this game very closely because I didn't really care, but this lady who was trying to sell her house in the Slender Man Forest went missing, and you're going down to that house to try to find her, and then you end up exploring into the woods after she's not in the house, and then, obviously, Slender Man shenanigans ensue. The first part of this game is basically just a little intro, nothing really spooky happens. Then right after that, you get into a recreation of the original Slender the 8 Pages game, which is really awesome and well done. It's definitely got a different vibe going on than that original game, but I still wouldn't say it's bad by any means. And I'd say it's equally as scary. And the visuals in this game are really, really high quality. I think this game looks great. For the most part. The jump scare in this game for Slender Man himself kinda just looks like they ported the model into Roblox and shook it around, and it's kinda hilarious looking. Where is he? There he is! There he is! Slenderman! 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 Slenderman!
I'm Slender.
Okay, that was kind of bad. And even though I don't fully understand the plot of this game, it's definitely a hell of a lot better than whatever the hell the movie did. And I know I said earlier that I wasn't going to talk about the movie, but let me let you in on a little secret. I lied. Slender the Arrival is pretty cool. Although I will say, I think this Slender Man model could use a bit of work. Not that the one from the 8 Pages was good. The one from the 8 Pages was like 10 times worse, but I don't know why his face looks like it's made of concrete. And I will say, I am playing the updated version with the upgraded graphics and all the footage you've been seeing, and this does have better graphics. It looks very, very good. The original already looked good. This remake looks so much better, but the Slenderman model, the concrete face, is like even more prominent. I don't know why it's textured like this. They were very faithful to the original games that Slenderman designed. They just kind of made a more detailed model, but yeah. Not a big fan of this design, but it's pretty much entirely in the face. Also, I don't know if it's just me, but his head looks weirdly small and, like, Neanderthal-ish. Pointed shoulders on his suit, though, are pretty awesome. And the iconic red tie. Now, this is just kind of a gripe I have with a lot of Slenderman designs, but I don't like when you can, like, make out facial features on him. I think it's a lot better if his face is just, like, completely smooth and, like, there's no detail. Because when you add too many facial features, it kinda just defeats the purpose of him having no face. Even though it is very tempting as a character designer. But I can see why people would like this. I mean, he looks pretty thug gangster on the cover art. But I'm not a very good game critic. I'm better at talking about, like, designs and stuff. So, you know, Slender the Arrival, I enjoyed my time with it. I like when Jeff the Killer minions show up. Seriously though, I don't know what these things are, but they're really scary and the sequence of the game was kind of cool. It's not.
Yeah, it is.
That was like years ago.
No.
9/10/21 was. What were you doing on 9/10/21? Did you know?
I was posting dank memes on 4chan and Reddit, and I was making a lot of I was making some spicy TikToks, definitely.
Do you hear that? What the fuck? What the? Who are you? What the fuck is that? What are you? What are you?
It's Jeff. It's Jeff Friend.
Jeff the Killer.
Jeff the house.
Oh, how thoughtful.
Oh, nice. He's only. Oh, it's Phantom Jeff. He only jump scares you.
Hey! Give me back that candy! No! What? Give me back the candy now! No! Get out of my house! What? I'm not in your house! Give me the candy! No.
I like how every time you look at something on the wall, you take it with you in this game. Like, I just took a picture frame off the wall and stuck it in my pocket.
But in the end...
I hope Slender Man doesn't come in here while I'm sleeping.
I hope Slender Man doesn't take over Boom Beach while I'm sleeping. I hope Slender Man doesn't make a movie in 2017 when I'm sleeping.
It's 2018, actually. You lose.
Yeah, you were in Publix, now you're in Walmart. I think I was low-key here. I was low-key here before in real life. Look
Oh no, he already found me.
What is his goal? Like, what's his goal? What's he trying to do? What's his MO?
What is Jeff doing? He has like a little voice. He goes like, ow. Okay, I just have to think really hard about this, and maybe it'll work. Stop it, Slender! Stop it, Slender! Stop it, Slender! Oh shoot, that actually worked. I really wasn't expecting that. Alright, now time to find Slinky. Hope that stupid idiot is okay.
Twitter poll. Slender Man infects you, but not like a normal virus. Like a computer virus, but it infects your brain!
What does that even mean? Who is this? Why are they here? I'm so confused right now.
Twitter poll! Slender Man infects you, but not like a normal virus, like a computer virus, but it infects your brain!
Now wait just a minute.
Say that again?
That's it! I need to make a Twitter poll so that Slender Man knows that people don't like his stupid movie, so then he goes away and gives me Slinky back. It's perfect, it's foolproof. But then, we had to take a step back. Stop it, Slender! Stop it, Slender!
Say that again?
Remember Slender the 8 Pages? Well, apparently a lot of people played that and said, I wish this was multiplayer. And this idea birthed the concept of Stop It Slender, which is a game mode that has existed in many different games. Most notably though, Roblox and Garry's Mod. Now, I'm personally a pretty big fan of Stop It Slender, especially the Garry's Mod version. I had so much fun playing with my friends the other day. It's just such a fun idea, and I think it's executed upon really well in these two versions. I can't say much for it on any other game, if it even exists in any other games, cause I've never played it there. But let's start with Roblox Stop It Slender, cause it's the one that I have the least to say about. Now, Roblox and creepypastas go together like spaghetti and meatballs. See what I did there? Cause, spaghetti's a type of pasta. You got your survival the Jeff the Killer, your Area 51 survive and kill the killers, and obviously what's important for this video, your Stop It Slender. And the game is pretty simple. A bunch of players are in a match, all the players are dropped into it except one, All the regular human players have to go find the pages, and one player gets to be Slender Man and torment them and try to kill all of them before they can collect all the pages. It's very simple. If the humans collect all the pages, they win. If Slender Man kills all the humans, he wins. And I think the way they made a playable Slender Man in Stop It Slender is very, very interesting. Now, both versions of the game feature Slendermen that act pretty much identical to each other, with some minor differences. The Roblox version is a bit more lenient on when you can move, the Gmod one is very strict. But that's basically the only noticeable difference. And while Stop It Slender on Roblox was a game that I loved a lot when I was younger, and I still think there is lots of fun to be had, a lot of that fun has sadly faded a bit because, to be blunt, this game is dead as hell. And while Slender Man plays basically the same, playing as a survivor in Stop It Slender on Roblox is much more interesting than the Garry's Mod version. On top of collecting all 8 pages, the survivors have to also turn on 3 generators to power the exit to your location. Pretty similar to something like Dead by Daylight. And if Slender Man catches you, you're given a chance to actually save yourself by doing this QuickTime event thing, which I think works pretty well. So while I do still love Stop It Slender on Roblox and I have a lot of nostalgia for it, it's definitely not as strong as the Garry's Mod one in the modern day, I think. I think graphically it's obviously not that good since it's an old Roblox game, but still, the environments in Stop It Slender on Roblox are very lacking. But they are very nostalgic, so they get a bunch of points for that. And I tried to set up a server with some friends on this one, but it didn't really work out too well, so I'm just going to go ahead and move on to the Garry's Mod version, because I'm going to have a lot more to say about that, and a lot more funny clips to show. Now I know what you're thinking. Why do you keep talking about Garry's Mod? You always find a way to talk about Garry's Mod in every single video you ever make, and it's really getting tired, and I hate you, and you suck. Yes, I'm aware that you've all been saying that exact same sentence, but it's a staple of the channel at this point. I always gotta talk about Garry's Mod. This is really bad padding, and I'm gonna just move on now. Stop It Slender has gotta be one of my favorite things to do in Garry's Mod. Now, Garry's Mod is one of those games where you can literally do anything in it and it'll probably be fun. If you're on a Garry's Mod server with friends, you're not gonna have a bad time. Literally, the whole point of the game is to make your own fun. So I think plopping in the bare bones mechanics of Slender the 8 Pages into any map you want is gonna work out pretty well. Stop It Slender in Garry's Mod is much less complicated than the Roblox version in terms of gameplay, but you get so many more options for maps and stuff, so it kinda just makes up for that. I played this with my friends for about 3 days in a row nightly, and it was a blast. I'm probably pretty biased since I think Garry's Mod is easily probably one of my favorite games of all time. But there's a reason for that. This is perfect, dumb fun. Whether you're playing as a survival or you're Slender Man himself. Now, Slender Man in this game is incredibly broken in the sense that he has thermal vision so he can just see everybody through walls at all times no matter how far away he is. Which is obviously not very fair for all the survivors. But in true Garry's Mod fashion, this unbalance kinda just turns every match into some Looney Tunes stuff. Because the way Slender Man works in this game basically boils down to, he can follow you as much as he wants, but as long as the survivor doesn't actually look at him, that he can't do anything. So instead of this monster stalking you, it's more like he's desperately harassing you trying to get your attention. And as a human, your job is to simply try to ignore him as much as you can.
Okay, buddy. I'm gonna get back to the looking stuff.
I got you!
I can't see Dick.
Something I will say though is that the sound design is a little much.
Hey, that was one, right?
Oh
yeah.
shit.
3 seconds. Oh, Jesus Christ, you scared the shit out of me. Loser. Oh boy.
But you know, all things considered, besides the blood pouring out of my ears, this was a pretty fun mode. I played many different maps for this mode, trying to find out which one was my favorite. The first map I tried out was this cool Minecraft one. which we had some interesting scenarios on. Oh, he's near.
Uh-oh.
Get out of the water. Go up. Look.
Slender penis. Sorry. Is he attached onto me or some shit?
No, get out of the water. You have to crouch jump. Yeah. And it's very fun playing as Slender Man in this mode, even if it is quite unfair to the other player.
Slender Man already?
Wait, I'm Slender Man.
Wait, you're Slender Man. Please, Slender Man, please. Please, I'm looking down the Slender Hall. Please don't come. Please don't come. No, Slender, please. Please, no, Slender Man. No.
Why are you staring at him?
Because you're Slender. Oh, I died.
You're not supposed to look at Slender Man. That's how the game works.
Oh my god.
Just every time you drive.
I'm in the woods and I swear to God I saw the little Slender Man marble hornet symbol. I swear to fucking God I'm not crazy.
Quinn,
What?
you never guess what we're playing right now.
I encountered some other cool maps like Peach's Castle.
You can't go into painting, stupid.
You wanna fool around, boy?
Thanks for randomly referencing FNAF. Doing Stop it, Slender. Why did you say that at all?
Boy!
You want to fool around for Why did you say that?
Oh,
A white parrot.
there's like Goombas.
Yeah, the Goomba. And I'm gonna kill you.
But I'd say the most interesting map I looked at was this quite interesting one titled Stop It Slender, Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff, the Mayop. Now, I have no idea what this title even means, but it's a random Stop It Slender map from August of 2014, so I kind of have to look at this. And I'm just gonna say I was not disappointed. Okay, adding this in post, apparently this is based on some webcomic that I've literally never heard about before, so, yeah, I assume there's a lot of references here that I just, you know, don't understand, but I'm gonna include this in the video anyway still. I don't think I can show a lot of what was on this map because there's, like, links and stuff that I'm pretty sure lead to inappropriate websites, but I'm not gonna check, and I'm not gonna show them in the video. Play this map at your own risk. Also a foot on the wall that says...
Is this the digital?
There's a Doritos paper on the floor, and there's a spinning, text in this room that says AIDS.
Joke box. What the fuck?
I'm gonna go into... I found a hole that says weird stank. I'm gonna go into it.
Got a bunch of dicks on the wall. I think I just found a bunch of, like, dildo images on the wall.
Dude, put that thing away. They were like...
This thing on the roof says... Oh, hi. Cam behind you. Wait, what's this? What's this? There's a thing moving on across the floor.
I'm nowhere near that.
I'm spectating Slender Man and he's just floating.
I'm like... Is he around me? What is happening?
He's literally just, like, floating around and teleporting.
Last time I said that, he does that. He just, like... He teleports to people with floating.
The AI Slender Man literally cheats.
Okay, buddy.
Okay. Oh no, I have to go through the parkour section as Slender Man.
Right behind you.
Oh wait, let me get out of here. Fuck!
I just saw you, Avery.
Oh, it is LeBron.
I'm dying! I'm dying!
Wait, are you actually dying or you just got one?
Slender Man died! What happens now?
I win. That's what happens.
Well, now that we've gone through that real life-changing experience that was Gary's mod Stop It Slender, I think it's about time we finally address the elephant in the room. Earlier, I said that I wasn't going to talk about the Slender Man movie. Well, I'm going to be honest, I might have lied. Hey Slender Man, check out this dirty monitor I found, and look what's going to display on it when I press this button. you saved me from Slenderman's grasp. Thank you so much. Slenderman was gonna scary grasp on the 2010s or whatever. Let's get out of here now that Slenderman is dead. So, here I am, sick and congested as hell. I got COVID, and here I am. I gotta talk about one last thing. We're in the home stretch of this whole project. I talked about every piece of Slenderman media that I like. Now, it's time that I need to talk about the movie that I don't like. Why
so serious?
So the Slenderman movie is a big, steaming pile of garbage, and that's something that most people seem to agree on. Now, there are some people out there who are like, oh, the Slenderman movie's fine, I like the Slenderman movie. Those people are also blind and deaf, weirdly, so weird coincidence. Honestly, now that I think about it, this movie would be kind of fire if it had a different cast, a different director, or a different script, a different set designer, a different character designer, a different studio. This movie had the potential to be really good if they just did literally everything they could have possibly done differently. I'm somebody who usually tries to see the good in a bad product. I can usually see the passion behind the filmmakers or the creators to some degree. But with this movie, there's no passion behind this. There's no love for the source material. There's no actual care put into this movie. It is pure slop made to capitalize on a stabbing, which they were still 4 years late on. They weren't trying to make this movie because of the Slenderman mythos. You know, like the popular CreepyPasta Slenderman? They didn't make this movie because of that being popular. They made it because there was a popular news story about some girls getting stabbed. And they said, I want to make a movie about that. So then they started making a movie about that. And then they realized, like, halfway through they were writing the script, they were like, wait, maybe that's a bit disrespectful. So then they changed it all to make it about actual Slenderman, but they don't actually know anything about Slenderman. They know, like, the bare minimum. They know what he looks like, basically, and that's kind of all they know. And even that's debatable. It's like they looked at that one picture on his Wikipedia page and just based the entire design off of this alone. But anyway, now that they changed the script from what they already have, now it's just a movie where a bunch of teenage girls go look at porn.
Yeah, it's girl gaze porn. You know how they have POV porn? Yeah. This one's from our perspective. I don't want to see that.
You know, great dialogue from these really well-written teenagers, just overall.
We're expelling demons. Why? That's why I never sneeze. I want to keep them all. No, it's my soul. Your soul. If I had one. Twitter poll. If you could stay one age forever, what would it be?
Words can't describe how disappointing of a movie this is for me. And the one thing in this movie that should be cool, by all means, is Slenderman himself. You got a big studio to adapt this character, and surely at least when he's on screen, it'll be cool. Because it's so easy. You know, amateur college students have been able to adapt him very well. So what'd the studio do? They made him short. Like, he's still above average, but he's like 6'5" max in this movie. He's not even that tall. He's, like, made of mushrooms or something, and he's just, like, really, really lame whenever he shows up, and they, like, don't know what he even does. Like, they can't decide what Slenderman even is in this movie. Like, let's go through a list of what he does here. He steals the girl's face. He possesses the other girl's, like, boyfriend. Then she has a dream about being, like, pregnant with Slenderman tentacles. I don't even know. What the hell? And let's talk about your cool tenor page. That doesn't have a single gif of Slenderman himself on it, by the way. And it has cool gifs like this one. And then we got your awesome Twitter where you post dank memes like this. This one's really good. This is a real zinger. By the way, see the description for the official Slenderman tenor? Okay, this isn't based on an actual quote from the movie, and the quote this is from might be like the movie quote of all time.
She told me everything. He gets in your head like a virus.
What kind of virus?
Like a computer virus that infects your hard drive, but instead of your hard drive, it's your brain.
Ren, you're gonna need to
listen to me. Once the virus takes hold, he's got you. It's done. Some he haunts, some he drives mad, and others he takes, like...
This movie's garbage. I don't think I need to explain myself anymore. I've exerted all of my energy to talk about this movie that I don't like, so let's have a little conclusion to this whole video now, alright? Slenderman is a beautiful thing that was created by the internet and lives on the internet, and he just really didn't belong at Hollywood. This character, this whole mythos, will always have a very special place in my heart. It's always going to be something very, very special to me, and I just really enjoyed making this video and looking back at everything, and I hope you guys liked it too. I don't usually stray this far from FNAF, but this video had genuinely pretty much nothing to do with it, so let me know what you guys think, and if you'd like me to talk about other things, because I do enjoy talking about other things that aren't FNAF. I get that's not what you signed up for. You signed up for FNAF content, but, you know, I really liked this, so if this video does well and you people like it, maybe I'll do more like it. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video.